Our soil, we are a field, and the gospel is constantly being planted into us in different parts of our lives, different parts of our hearts. And sometimes people get so attached to one area of fruit, they go, yep, that's all I need. But God is wanting to continue to bear more fruit in us and more growth so that others can hear and we can become more and more like him. So ask the Lord today to search your heart and to reveal to you those areas where you haven't heard. You know, maybe you've heard a lot. I run into people sometimes who are just like, yeah, Keith, I love the Catholic Church. I pray the rosary every day. But, you know, they're living in mortal sin because they're fornicating with their girlfriend or their boyfriend, and they have no remorse for it. Or they say, yeah, I'm a Catholic. I go to mass. I do this. I do that. But they're hanging on to some sin, that some attachment that they know is wrong. And you can look at their life and go, wait a minute, I thought you were really practicing the faith. But they go, oh, well, yeah, but I do this over here. See, the gospel doesn't just take root in one part of your heart and grow fruit over here, but then there's weeds over here. You know, the harvest is the separation of those things. And we need to have little harvests in our heart daily, don't we? We need to die to ourselves. We need to eliminate those things. We need to remove those rocks, those weeds, those thorns, those things in us that prevent more fruit from growing. Because if we're not careful, what happens every time? The weeds will overtake the grass. If we just leave a little bit of weeds in our yard, it won't be long before the whole yard is covered. Friends, if you leave weeds in your heart, if you harden your heart off to something that God's trying to work in you, it won't be long before that encroaches on those areas that are bearing fruit. It chokes it out. So don't think for one second that this is something you can go, yeah, I'm glad that they heard that. Or, hey, you know, my husband or my wife needs to hear that. I'll send this video to them and tell them they better pay attention. Sure, but so do you. So do I. Because we never stop having ears to hear, having eyes to see, and having a heart to receive. That's what he wants to do in us, my friends. And when we do, when we realize that we've made mistakes, that we've sinned, that we've closed off, what are we supposed to do? Turn to him, and he will heal us.